Some workers have been implanted with microchips that allow the companies that employ them to track their every move. Swedish company Epicenter will embed a chip in about 150 workers, so bosses can monitor toilet breaks and how long they work. The workers volunteer to have the microchips, which is about as big as a grain of rice, implanted for free. Patrick Mesterton, co-founder and chief executive of Epicenter, an innovation and technology company, told reporters that the microchips inserted into employees' hands would simplify life.
So the biggest benefit, I think, is convenience. It basically simplifies your life, and that's why I think people find it interesting, because you don't have to have keys, you don't have to use tags or anything else for using printers. You can do airline fares with it. You can also go to your local gym, etc. So it basically replaces a lot of things you have other communication devices for, whether it be credit cards or keys. And of course, putting things into your body is quite a big step to do. And it was even for me at first, thinking like, why would I do this? But then on the other hand, I mean, people have been implanting things in their body like pacemakers and stuff to control your heart. That's a way, way more serious thing than having a small chip that actually can communicate with the device.
With a radio frequency identification chip, they'll be able to open doors and use office technology like photocopiers, and it can even pay for lunch at the office cafe. Epicenter holds parties for those willing to get implanted, congratulating the fools for becoming willing slaves for this aberrant project. The biggest benefit I can think is convenience, said Patrick Mesterton, co-founder and CEO of Epicenter. The technology in itself is not new. Such chips are used as virtual color plates for pets. Companies use them to track deliveries. It's just never been used to tag employees on a broad scale before. Epicenter and a handful of other companies are the first to make chip implants broadly available. As with most new technologies, it raises security and privacy issues. While it's claimed that the chips are biologically safe, the data generated by the chips can show how often an employee comes to work or what they buy. Unlike company swipe cards or smartphones, which can generate the same data, a person cannot easily separate themselves from the chip. Epicenter, which is home to more than 100 companies and around 2,000 workers, began implanting workers in January 2015. Now, about 150 workers have them. A company based in Belgium also offers its employees such implants, and there are isolated cases around the world where tech enthusiasts have tried this out in recent years. The small implants use near-field communication technology, the same as in contactless credit cards or mobile payments. When activated by a reader a few centimeters away, a small amount of data flows between the two devices via electromagnetic waves. The implants are passive, meaning they contain information that other devices can read, but cannot read information themselves. Ben Liberton, a microbiologist at Stockholm's Karolinska Institute, says hackers could conceivably gain huge amounts of information from embedded microchips.
The data that you could possibly get from a chip that is embedded in your body is a lot different from the data that you can get from a smartphone. So, conceptually you could get data about your health, you could get data about your whereabouts, how often you're working, how long you're working, if you're taking toilet breaks and things like that. All of that data could conceivably be collected. So then the question is, what happens to it afterwards? What is it used for?
Recently, we have heard news that Elon Musk is launching a new company called Neuralink, with the intention of connecting computers directly to human brains. The billionaire entrepreneur is exploring neural-laced technology, the implanting of tiny electrodes into the brain that could be used to give direct computing capabilities. Last month at the World Government Summit in Dubai, Musk said people would need to become cyborgs to be relevant in a future dominated by artificial intelligence. He said a merger of biological intelligence and machine intelligence would be necessary for humans to stay economically valuable.